everybody, I am Tony Lawand with One World Media and the Interface. I'm here with Will O'Donnell from Verus, guys. And I got to tell you, they threw a party last night that was second to none. I know I'm not supposed to be here for the parties, but it was a great event. Will, thank you for that, by the way. Give me a quick rundown on Verus.
No, absolutely. Well, first, let's just clear the air. You are absolutely here for the parties. You know you're here for the parties. You know, you mask around as media, but you're here for the parties. We know it. They know it. It's fine. Just, no need to tell them that. But yeah, so Verus itself, community project. Unheard of, really, in today's crypto space.
Wait, what's community? Tell me what's community.
So, in the same vision as what Satoshi's, dream was
with Bitcoin,
with Bitcoin, is, an actual full community. No company, no DAO, no VC money. We are a group of people from all over the world that came together. The project launched in 2018, and we came together here at Consensus on our own dime.
Wait. You're not being paid. You're going to tell me you're not being paid.
I am not. I'm actually a professional actor out in London.
That's what I'm saying. I knew that, by the way, and I'm sitting there. Is he acting on me now?
I'm not.
I mean, that's an Oscar material.
Yeah, I appreciate that. So I'm an actor out in London, and I got a feature film coming out this year.
What is it?
It's called Hey Joe with James Franco as the lead. I've got a TV show on the Peacock Network, John Carpenter's Suburban Scream. So that is my trade. I am an actor.
Okay.
I've been involved with this project since 2019. Nobody gets paid. Okay, we believe in the technology. We believe in the product.
I'm gonna check him out on this. This is gonna call a fact check. So just follow me for 1 second. How much are you being paid to be here today?
Nothing. We paid to be here.
Nothing. We can get paid? Yeah, no.
Nothing.
So, moreover, what was that? What did you say?
We paid to be here.
You're paid to be here.
Yeah.
How do I find guys like this for our company?
Paying for the hotel room, paying for the flights.
Where did you come from?
Amsterdam.
You came from Amsterdam. Where did you come from? Lisbon.
Germany.
What the hell, guys? And you guys paid your own trip, paid your own...
More or less, yeah. It's partly for my own business that I'm researching, but also to meet these guys.
So Verus is a true community.
100%.
All right, I believe him now. Apart from community, the Satoshi method, what else is unique about Verus?
We have it all. Everything you need. Now, the lead developer of Verus is Mike Toutonghi. And if you're familiar with Microsoft.net, okay, there are two named developers of Microsoft.net. Mike Toutonghi is one of the two. He was a former vice president of Microsoft. He was a technical fellow at Microsoft. He left, set his sights on the crypto world. And, he's humble to what he's brought into, 40 years of the IT world. But, him being the lead developer, a wonderful group of core developers under him. I mean, building on Verus, there's nothing like it. So we have easily tens of thousands of community members worldwide. Even last night, I had one of our community members, I'd never met him until last night, came in from Kazakhstan. Wow. Okay. We have community members worldwide in all pockets of the world. One of the biggest things about Verus and that, community growth for worldwide, participation is we needed to know that we wanted to facilitate in that, CPU mining. Okay. A lot of other projects, when they're doing, proof of work, consensus, and we utilize a 50% proof of work and a 50% proof of stake. Okay. And what we call in the Verus world proof of power. Okay. That makes it 51%, verifiably 51% hash attack resistant. But with that proof of work, with CPU mineable, it still sticks to that vision of Satoshi of one computer equals one vote. That's important because in today's world of crypto, you are seeing, massive, $8,000 systems that are needed to mine Bitcoin, $8,000 plus systems.
Yeah.
That really takes people out of being able to participate in that consensus model. To have worldwide consensus, I need to know that somebody in a small village in the middle of, Africa or whatever can participate. And the good news is they can actually use cell phones to mine Verus. And that's important because now they're part of the community. They're part of that consensus model. And they're also given opportunities that they wouldn't otherwise be able to get. We have one of the most green proof of work, technologies in existence because we can actually, mine off of cell phones. And on top of that, a lot of people are actually utilizing used cell phones that they buy off eBay, broken screen Samsungs. Now we're looking at even more. We're looking at electronics recycling, not putting more electronics into the landfills. Again, allowing worldwide use of our cryptocurrency from every corner of the world. Thousands of members all over currently mining Verus. And
Something could it be hacked?
no. I mean, when we actually have actively asked people to come and try. There are extensive bounties out there that if somebody were to find a way, find some loophole, we will pay them off of community donations to, show us where these glaring holes are. We challenge people to do that because that's how you have a good product. When you can openly say, come and hack our system, do it, please, because we'll pay you if you find something. And so
be careful what you wish for. Everybody who's ever said that before has turned around. You got those crazy ass hackers out there.
I throw the gauntlet down. Do it. Gauntlet has been dropped.
Gauntlet's been dropped. Guys, Will, it's been a pleasure.
It's been an absolute pleasure. I appreciate it.
And I look forward to seeing you tonight. Hi everybody, Tony Lawand. I am here at Consensus 2024. We're on the floor. I'm here with my very special guest from Verus, and truthfully, in the show, one of the top companies. We've met them before. Mike Toutonghi. He is I'm going to call you the founder of the community because you were really the actual founder and put this thing together.
I am a founder.
Okay. You're the driving force.
I may have come up with some of the ideas that formed the initial, starting point. But it took multiple people to even found and launch the protocol, and I had a lot of help, from like JL77, who at the time was the lead developer for Komodo, as well as all of the other founders in Verus.
You have a small background with Microsoft.
A little bit.
Why don't you tell our viewers what that is?
Okay, so I was a vice president and technical fellow at Microsoft. Prior to that, I did development before Microsoft though, and also after. But I was the lead developer for the kernel for Windows 95. I started the Microsoft Java platform before Sun sued Microsoft. And I also was a founder of the .NET platform in Microsoft. I was the chief architect and technical fellow on Microsoft's advertising platform. And when I left Microsoft after being a vice president for the eHome division, started a social network, and Microsoft bought it back, and I found myself back there as a technical fellow.
Give us the true in-depth background, because you and I were talking about what Verus is going to do for the world.
After working at Microsoft and doing a number of different things there, some of them related to machine learning. The next thing I did, I was CTO for a large telco company, and after I left that company, I was consulting. I was doing big data development, consulting. I realized is that if I could figure out a way to get the truth from people, and when I say that, I don't mean a company that would take people's data, process it, filter out what they don't like, add what they might want, and try to sell you something or whatever it is else they're doing with it. They're going to have an agenda, a for-profit agenda. If I could somehow figure out how to make a system that could reach people directly and enable them to be incentivized directly so they could earn by participating, and then they would get, if they had privacy, but verifiability, meaning they could participate directly and you could know that is the missing ingredient.
You have that much details on somebody. Could you really hide your identity?
See, that's Verus. That is Verus, because Verus is actually Latin for true, and I don't need those details on someone. What I need is people to be able to have those details on themselves and selectively prove anything that they want to about themselves. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so there isn't, if a company needs to get that information on someone before this can work, I don't believe that's going to work. It's a non-starter. And so looking at what technology was available to actually create this network that it had to scale to the entire world.
Yeah.
Right? It had to be able to directly incentivize people for this kind of participation. And the closest kind of glimmer of a technology that would enable that was Bitcoin. You know, I don't believe that Satoshi actually just gifted to the world a single currency and a single ledger and a protocol to make everybody care about number go up on a currency. I think that actually it was a much bigger gift, which was consensus, decentralized consensus at scale. It doesn't have to be just on a single ledger of a single number. You know, a lot of people kind of felt that it did for a long time, and I think that maybe held things back. But the concept of decentralized consensus at scale could actually serve if you would extend the core protocol with protocol level things like self-sovereign identities that are owned, not rented. You get one, it's yours for life. Just like you have Bitcoin on the Bitcoin chain, it's yours for life. You get one, it's yours for life. And you can actually put data into it. You can use it to prove things about yourself, and you can actually have digital signatures. So everybody, you know, when you're born, you could scratch something or draw something on the wall or write something in the sand, and you learn to use a pen, and you got a signature, right? So why are we renting digital signatures from companies and making sure that they have to like be involved in even our signature? That's ridiculous.
They're making money off you.
It's rent. It's rent, and it doesn't need to be. And so all of the concepts, an identity at the core protocol level, currencies actually at multiple currencies at the core protocol, not a single currency blockchain that has a computer above it, and all of the currencies are invented by applications that don't have any standardization of accounting or any, you know, because they could do anything, and they're written by thousands of different people, and there's not accounting in the core consensus protocol level. There's only, are you running code correctly? That's the only question that needs to be answered in those kinds of systems. But that isn't, to me, a systems layer.
Right.
That is more like what you think of as DOS. And you know, if people aren't familiar, you know, this is the old operating systems that basically
if you're under 40, you probably don't know those letters.
It didn't have the security in the base layer, and people build apps, and the apps could do anything to the computers, but because computers weren't really used for too much mission critical stuff at that time in the consumer world,
right.
You know, it wasn't seen as the risk it was until later on when they started being.
Government oversight. Is it going to be a problem? Are you a problem to the government because you're so decentralized?
So that's a really interesting question, because so we are decentralized in the same spirit as Bitcoin. You know, no ICO, no pre-mine, no development fee. No one takes a tax from the protocol. And if a community or a government or a company launches a blockchain, it's like Linux in the sense that there's no rent. They power their blockchain. Their community powers their blockchain. They have different kinds of options that they can constrain. We are 50% proof of work and 50% proof of stake. They can leverage the proof of work hash power that runs the entire network of blockchains so that they get strong proof of work security. And they can choose to make it possible for everyone in the world to participate in proof of stake, or they could also limit proof of stake to identities that they may control. But the core protocol itself, it's a protocol. Like it's, you know, I write software that the world runs. I don't have data centers that run Verus. The world runs Verus.
Yeah.
The same way the world runs Bitcoin. You know, I'm not taking a profit from people running Verus.
So the regulation that you would fall under, I mean, it's really in a gray area. Which one do you fall under? You're not a security for sure.
No. It's not actually. It's kind of a human rights question, is what it really is. You know,
the governments have not really trampled on those too much in the past, but okay.
So can someone write code as speech without taking a profit? That's been already decided that they can. You know, if you look at some of the legislation that's making it through legislature and get to the Oval Office at some point in the U.S., they do recognize sufficiently decentralized protocols, and I think you have to recognize sufficiently decentralized protocols because Bitcoin exists, for example. Not just that, but I really believe there's a human rights question, and I don't believe that there is a protocol, not even Bitcoin. I don't believe that there is a protocol that is, you couldn't say it's more decentralized than Verus is, I believe, as decentralized as a protocol can be. So let me give you a couple or a few use cases, okay? So payments, we scale, unlimited scale, so we scale out, and we could serve, the blockchain itself without having to have extra layer twos or other things. Blockchain and the Internet of Value itself, multiple blockchains, independent, can serve the entire world of 8 billion plus people making transactions and making payments easy on their phone all day, every day, and just fine.
Do we run into any global banking issues like, the MasterCard Visa system is very territorial as an example, the banking system, the SWIFT system, any of those?
Well,
does that run into any of those, or is this just...
It's a protocol and it's a permissionless system. So if some vendor says, I want to use this protocol and I want to save on transaction fees and settlement processing and these kinds of things, and they say, okay, I'm going to run a tablet or something, and I'm going to sell... maybe I want to receive Verus, that would be my choice, but maybe I want to receive USDC, maybe I want to receive EuroC, maybe I want to receive other currencies like a yen or something. As long as that currency is available on Ethereum, it can also be available on Verus, and it can be available on every blockchain connected to Verus with provable cryptographic connections. This is not somebody who's saying, I agree that transaction can go from this place to that place. It's provable cryptography. And so if a vendor says, I want to be paid in my local currency, and I want to sell coffee, I want to sell coffee. And it's not a very expensive high ticket item, right? So the fees cannot be too high. The lowest fees cannot be too high. And I want to receive my currency. I've been actually demonstrating here in just giving away some currency out of my own wallet that a payer, someone who's paying for something, can pay in one currency, and it can go through the protocol. There's no intermediary taking fees. It's literally the fully decentralized protocol. It can go through the protocol, and it can be converted through the protocol to the vendor's currency. And because this is actually at the protocol level, and we've also solved another thing that people are currently using on other chains, and we're the only protocol that solved it, to get in front of these transactions and take some money, and the person who's sending and converting funds thinks that they're going to get a certain amount, and they don't really get a fair price, and it ends up sometimes it's very, very different.
Of course, I've gone through that
very different, and so the vendor can just display a QR code. This already works on the wallets today. Display a QR code. I want to receive Bitcoin. I want to receive Ethereum. I want to receive Verus, or I want to receive, US dollars or EuroC as tokens, right? The person paying did it from Europe, and you're in US, and you say, I want to pay with my euros that I hold. They snap that QR code. It shows them the currencies that can be converted and the amount that they would pay. They click on it, and the payment is transferred.
Will and I were trying to find whoever that first person is.
Oh yeah, that's right. You asked me.
I said we want that. There's definitely, you're going to be the poster child of this company.
Well, I will look into Block One to see if maybe I could figure that out. But I don't know that I don't know. I've never actually focused on doing that.
That could be a great hunt. If you think about it, it's like, who bought the first Bitcoin? Nobody really, is going to know.
But probably Satoshi mined the first block.
He probably mined the first block, but who was the first? Who was the first one who received or bought or?
Yeah. We don't know. We don't know because it's decentralized, and that's and so I can look
only
to
when
see,
we know the pizza guy who gave away how many of those.
And it's funny. We had our pizza moment as well. I was at a farmer's market, and as far as I know, to that point, no one had actually bought real world things with Verus. And there was a pasta company, La Pasta in Seattle. I think they're still there, and they were accepting cryptocurrencies of different kinds. I said, "Hey, do you take Verus?" Verus, I don't know that one. And so let me point you to the website that people are running for Verus community, and here it is. Looks really interesting. Yeah, I'll take Verus. And I said, okay, I'm going to buy some pasta.
So he was able to take it right there on the spot. He did
right there on the spot. I bought pasta.
That's incredible.
With Verus, and then recorded that, posted it to the community Discord. And as far as I know, that was like our pizza moment.
I was going to say that could have been the first.
I think it was
the first purchase.
Yeah.
If nobody's tried. Okay, so Mike, this has been a great coffee moment with you. It's been a pleasure with you guys.
Thank you, Tony.
We spent 3 days with you guys. Guys, check out Verus, Verus.io. You can reach any of these guys. I know they're very accessible. They're really nice guys, very knowledgeable. And this newbie in the business over here, we hope you make a career of what you're doing.
I'm looking forward to succeeding in a career.
Oh my God, it's been a pleasure. Mike, thank you so much. Thanks, guys.
All right, good one.
And the last thing, my question for you. It's time for you to come clean.
Okay, go on.
You're really here for the parties. Tell them.
Yes, just the parties.
Is an amazing experience. Verus launched in 2018. So with no further introduction, I give you Mike Toutonghi. Thank you for coming. I hope that you have been enjoying the food, the chili lime chicken.